Good morning, students. Now let us do a few more problems on similar triangles. We have been solving riders and problems based on similarity of triangles. Let's go it further now. Supposing I have a triangle PQR. Okay, suppose this is my triangle PQR. P, Q, and R. E and F are midpoints. E and F are not midpoints, but they are just any points. E lies on PQ, F lies on PR. And we are supposed to find out whether EF is parallel to QR or not. Okay, we are supposed to find out. Let's find out. We are given certain conditions. The first condition we are given is PE is equal to 3.9, EQ is equal to 3 centimeters, PF is given as 3.6 centimeters, and FR is given as 2.4 centimeters. Alright, these are the conditions which are given to us. Based on this condition, in triangle PQR, E lies on PQ, F lies on PR, and we want to find out whether this EF is parallel to QR. We are going to use fundamental theorem. Okay, and theorem 6.1 and opposite of theorem 6.1, that is converse of theorem 6.1. First of all, let us find out PE and EQ is given. PE upon EQ. PE upon EQ, okay, is equal to PE is 3.9 and EQ is 3, okay, that is 39 upon 30, right? That is equal to, if I divide by 3, 13 3s are 39, 3 10s are, okay, and 13 upon 10. If I take in the same way, if I take PF upon FR, PF is given as 3.6 and FR is given as 2.4. So 36 upon 24, okay, and that is equal to 12 3s are 3, 12 2s are, that is equal to 3 upon 2, or it is 1.5. And here you can see 13 3s are 1.3. This is 1.3. Okay, so therefore PE upon EQ is not equal to PF upon FR. Okay, they are not equal, and therefore I can say, therefore EF is not parallel. Okay, is not parallel to QR. Of course, in symbolic form you can also write like this: EF not parallel to FR. Okay, but it is better to write in the form of words, is not parallel. Okay, because this can have a different meaning then. All right, so that is the way to check it. Look at the second one. The second one says that PE is 4 centimeters. PE is 4 centimeters. Then QE is 4.5. QE is 4.5 centimeters. Then PF is 8 centimeters. PF is 8 centimeters. And RF is 9 centimeters. RF is equal to 9 centimeters. Again, we are going to take the ratio of sides. But look, PE and QE is given. PE and QE. And then PF and RF is given. Okay, so we are going to take the ratio of sides. Therefore, PE upon QE is 4 upon 4.5. Okay, so I can write 40 upon 45. 5 8s are 40, 5 9s are 45. 8 upon 9. In the same way, let us take PF upon RF. PF is given as 8 and this is given as 9. Okay, So therefore I can say that PE upon QE is equal to PF upon RF. You can see both are equal to 8.9. 8 or rather 8 upon 9. So therefore by theorem number 6.2, okay, converse of theorem 6.1, you can say that EF is parallel to QR. Every time we have to check the ratio. When we check the ratio, we can find out whether it is true or not. Let us take a third one. Third condition is given. PQ is 1.28. PQ is equal to 1.28 centimeters. Okay. PR is 2.56. PR is equal to 2.56 centimeters. Then we are given PE is equal to 0.18 centimeters. 0.18. PF is given as 0.36 centimeters. All right, again we check it. Okay, so first of all we are given PQ. See, PQ is given and PR is given. Okay, PE is given and PF is given. So I'm going to use this ratio, PE upon PQ. PE upon PQ. Remember this, PE upon PQ. Now if you can see this PE upon PQ, PE is given as 0.18 and PQ is given as 1.28. Okay, so 18 upon 128. Now let us cancel this out. 2 9s are 18, 2 64s are. Okay, it can still be cancelled by 3. 3 3s are 9. Okay, sorry, it cannot be cancelled by 9. It cannot be cancelled any further. Okay, so 9 upon 64. Now let us take the other one, PF upon PR. PF is 0.36 and PR is 2.56 or 36 upon 256. Okay, so if I can cancel this out, okay, let us just cancel this by say 9. You can 9 or let's take the easier way out. 2 18s are 128, then 9 upon 64. You can see that both are the same. Okay, therefore PE upon PQ is equal to PF upon PR, and therefore by theorem 6.2, okay, PQ or rather EF, this is your EF, is parallel to QR, parallel to QR. Okay, so you can see that you can check whether EF is parallel to QR or not. How? By taking any ratio of the corresponding sides. If the ratio of the corresponding sides are equal, then it is parallel by theorem 6.2. If the ratio of the corresponding sides are not equal, then it is not parallel. Like in the first case, not parallel. Second case, parallel. Third case, parallel. Alright. Now, let us do another example. Okay, that way we are given a triangle in this way, okay, and the figure is given to us. The figure is given. The figure given is triangle A, B, C, and this figure is D. Here, this is M, this is L, and this is N. Okay, and we are given that in this figure LN, this is parallel to BC, and C, this point is L. LN is parallel to BC. Okay, so I'm going to write here, given, okay, in the figure, that is this figure, in the figure LN is parallel to BC and LN is parallel to CD. Okay, and we are supposed to prove what? We are supposed to prove something. To prove that, always write in this manner. What are we supposed to prove? That AM upon MB AM upon AB. Look at this. AM upon AB is equal to AN upon AD. AN upon AD is equal to AN upon AD. Alright, again we are going to use fundamental theorem, theorem 6.1. Let us see this again. Okay, again as I said, start with what is given. In the figure, what are we given in the figure? We are given that LN is parallel to BC and LN is parallel to CD. These two facts are already given, so we write in bracket. What we write in bracket? Given. All right, so once we are given, then in triangle ABC, look at triangle ABC, okay, by theorem 6.1. Okay, if I take only triangle ABC, LM is parallel to BC, so I can apply fundamental theorem, that is 6.1. I get AM upon BM, okay, AM upon BM is equal to AL upon CL, okay, AM upon BL, or rather BM is equal to AL upon CL. Let this be result number 1. In triangle, now take this triangle ADC, in triangle ADC, again by theorem 6.1, by theorem 6.1, you get AN upon BN, AN upon BN is equal to AL upon CL, is equal to AL upon CL. Let this be result number 1, and rather result number 2. Okay, so you got result number 1 and you got result number 2. Now from 1 and 2, okay, so from 1 and 2, if I combine this, AL upon CL, AL upon CL, so therefore AM upon BM, AM upon BM is equal to AN upon BN. See this, that is exactly what you wanted to prove. Okay, AM upon BM, okay, is it, or similarly, or I can even take this ratio, AM upon AB. Okay, similarly, okay, now if you can see this figure, I have taken AM and MB, AM upon AB, AM upon AB, okay, you can see AM upon AB is equal to AL upon AC, is equal to AL upon AC, and again, okay, AN upon AD, AN upon AD is equal to AL upon AC, is equal to AL upon AC. Again, suppose I take this as figure number 3 and this as number 4, from 3 and 4, 3 and 4, you can see AM upon AB is equal to AN upon AD. This is exactly what you want to prove. Prove that AM upon AB is equal to AN upon AD. Alright. So you can see, you can prove any of, you want to, if you want to prove the third fact from this also, it can be done. But this is more than enough for these two. Okay. Now let us take another one. This was number 2. Let us take number 3. Alright. Again, we are given a figure. Okay. A triangle ABC is given to us, ABC, okay, and then we have got this way a line AE, line segment, okay, and then another line segment parallel to this one. This is D and this is F. Now what are we given here? We are given that in triangle ABE, DF is parallel to AE. Okay, so let us write down what is given. In the figure, in the figure, DF is parallel to AE. DF. Notice carefully. DF is parallel to AE, and DE is parallel to AC. DE is parallel to AC. These two things are given, and we are supposed to prove something. To prove that, now what are we supposed to prove? To prove that BF upon FE, BF upon FE is equal to BE upon EC. BE upon EC. Alright, this is what we are supposed to prove. Alright, so now let us just see this. First of all, what we are really given is that there are two triangles to be compared within the triangle itself. We compare the bigger triangle and use 6.1. We take the smaller triangle and use 6.1. Okay, so if I want to prove that BF upon FE, look at BF upon FE. Okay, so first of all, start with what is given in the figure. What are we given? DF is parallel to AE and DE parallel to AC. These two facts are again given. So we start with these two facts. Alright. Now therefore, in triangle ABC, look at triangle ABC. Okay, in triangle ABC, DE is parallel. DE is parallel to AC. Okay, therefore, by theorem 6.1, I'm applying theorem 6.1. DE is parallel. So, BD upon, remember, we want AD. Okay, BD, in this case, BF upon FE will be equal to this. So, I'll BD upon AB. BD upon AB is equal to BE upon BC. BE, remember we have taken the full side, so we must take the full side here also, BC. Let this be result number 1. Okay, now let us take the smaller triangle, triangle ABE. In triangle ABE, if I take the smaller triangle, okay, you can see here that in the smaller triangle here, BF is parallel to AE. BF is parallel to AE. Okay, therefore, by theorem 6.1, theorem 6.1, again BD upon AB. BD upon AB. Remember the smaller triangle, BF upon BE. BF upon BE, the bigger side. Result number 2. From 1 and 2, combine the two results from 1 and 2. BF upon BE. Okay, here you can see BD upon AB, BD upon AB. Okay, so therefore, if I combine the two results, BE upon BC is equal to BF upon BE. Alright, you can see here BF upon BE I have got here. Okay, now if I just change this ratio in the same way, if I just change the ratio, what ratio have I got? BE upon BC. BE upon BC is equal to BD upon BF. So whenever you want to prove, all you have to do is combine theorems, use theorem 6.1 and combine it. Okay, so BE upon BC, BE upon BC is equal to BD upon BA. Or you want to prove BF upon FE, BF upon FE, okay, BF upon FE is equal to BC upon AC. Alright, so this is result number 2. Now let us see number 4. Okay, we are given a triangle PQR. Triangle PQR, and we are given point O in between. Okay, this is point O, and also we are given points E and F out here. E and F, and this is your D. This is point D. All right. Now let us see what is given to us. Given in the figure, DE is parallel to OQ. DE is parallel to OQ. DE is parallel to OQ, and DF is parallel to OR. Okay, to prove that, now look what we are supposed to prove here. To prove that, what are we supposed to prove? EF parallel to QR. Parallel to QR. Now how do I prove EF? See here, EF parallel to QR. In order to do that, again by fundamental theorem. See, I am going to use fundamental theorem in the same case. If I want to prove EF parallel to QR, then I should be able to prove that PE upon EQ is equal to PF upon FR. Okay, so in the given figure, again start with what is given in the figure. Okay, what is given? DE is parallel to OQ and DF is parallel to OR. This is given. So write in bracket given. All right. Now once again, take triangle POQ. You see triangle POQ. OD will be parallel. See, in triangle POQ. Triangle POQ. PD is parallel. ED is parallel. Okay. ED is parallel to OQ. Alright, ED is parallel here, is given to us. So therefore, by theorem 6.1, okay, PE upon QE, PE upon QE, and remember also that if I can prove this PE upon EQ is equal to PF upon FR, so I get PE upon EQ PE upon EQ is equal to PD upon OD. PD upon OD. Let this be result 1. Okay. And in triangle, this is your first triangle. Triangle POR. Again by theorem 6.1. PF upon FR. PF upon FR is equal to PD upon, you can see this one here, just like this, PD upon OD is equal to PD upon OD. Result number 2. Now from 1 and 2, you take 1 and 2, PE upon EQ is equal to PF upon FR. Okay, so PE upon EQ is equal to PF upon FR. Therefore, in triangle PQR, by theorem 6.2, that is opposite of theorem 6.1, by theorem 6.2, EF is parallel to QR. Alright, so now once again, you can see this is not difficult at all. These proofs are quite easy. All you have to understand is we are going to use only theorem 6.1 and 6.2. You have to see which ratio of sides can be taken. For here, for example, here I can change this still if I want to change it. Okay, it may look as if it's not completed, but you can take one more ratio of sides and you will get the required ratio also. Okay, that is not a problem. And above, this is BF upon BE, so this should be BE upon EC. This should be not EC but BC. All right, so once again, that if you want to prove any of this, it is based on theorem 6.1 and 6.2. All you have to do is simply use fundamental theorem of equal proportion, take different values of sides, and you will easily get it. All right, I will continue to solve more problems, and then I will proceed further with Pythagoras theorem and converse of Pythagoras theorem. Have a nice day.